Hi, this is Rose Collins, and today I'm here to talk to you about how and why I became a paparazzi consultant. So here's my story. I had been kicking around the idea of getting a second job or a part-time job to kind of make it a little easier, since I have two daughters, one of which is in cheer and the other one is in gymnastics. Things add up, like leotards and bows, and I love my job. I have a 40-hour job and I love it. And I was thinking about getting a job after work, so 8 to 5, and then pick up girls and then go get another job. And for a lot of people that works, and I admire them for that. For me, I loved being with my girls, and I love being able to be at their practices. So I kind of put that out of my mind, like, okay, well, part-time job is not going to work. So I started thinking about like other direct sales that I had been involved with. And a lot of them, well, one of them that I really liked was great, but there was a lot of catalog product and purchasing catalogs so that I can hand out and carrying those catalogs. And then if those catalogs were out of date, I had to basically destroy them or get rid of them. And that was, to me, just money that was going down the drain. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Don't want to go back and do that. So again, just kind of put that out of my mind. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm not going to look for another part-time job, and I'll think about this whole direct sales thing. So in the meantime, I end up reconnecting with a really good friend of mine from high school, and she's on Facebook, and I get this notification that says going live, and I'm like, okay, what is this? Because I had never really heard of that. So I'm like, okay, what is this? So I'm gonna check it out. And she's selling $5 jewelry. And I'm okay, whatever, let's check out this $5 jewelry. And I pick up a couple items. So she comes over to deliver the items and catch up, because we hadn't seen each other in forever. And she drops off this these beautiful pieces that I picked up. And I'm looking at them and I'm all, how is this $5? I'm like, how does that work? And she's like, it's super easy. And she's like, this is our quality. And I'm all, well, you know what? That's really good quality for $5. I used to sell another brand of jewelry, and yeah, it was the same quality, just seemed like a little more expensive. So I'm like, okay. So I go to a couple more lives and I purchase a couple more things. And then she asked me, how do you feel about getting some free bling? And I'm like, free bling? Sure. So she says, do you want to do a basket party? And basically, basket party is put all your paparazzi in it, take it to work, take it to sporting events, take it to after school, PTA meetings, and, just, hey, let's see what's in the basket. So I took it to work, and I was pleasantly surprised that I almost sold all of the bling. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of that was to myself, but a lot of it was to coworkers who were looking at this bling going, how could this be $5? It's so cute. It's, and they were just picking up pieces. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. Go back to Mary and I say, hey, Mary, this is great. Here's your basket. She gives me my free bling. So I'm like, oh, that was so cool. It was so easy. She didn't have to come to my house. I didn't have to buy all this extra stuff to entertain people. I basically took the party to them. So I'm like, this is kind of cool, And she was working other jobs as well. And she was saying that this was actually helping her out to where she was thinking that she was going to actually not work one of those other jobs because this was helping her out. And I said, oh, that's interesting. So I get my tax return, and I had a little more error than I thought. And I'm like, hey, Mary, how do I become a consultant? And she sent me all the info, and the next day I signed up. Super easy, follow the link, there you go, and I was good. When I received my box, I received the jewelry that was in there, and it was great jewelry. And it was really hard not to say, I need to sell this, because I wanted to keep most of it myself. But what I was most impressed by was the marketing material and the training material that was included in the box. How easy it was just to set up, to open the box and go. My website was set up before I even received my material, so I was able to tell my friends that I was going to be selling some awesome jewelry. And when I received everything in the box, it described, you know, the program, the terms, the quality of the jewelry, how, you know, what our different lines were. Without me having to sit there with someone else, I already understood what I needed to do to sell this beautiful, fun, fabulous jewelry. So I thought that was kind of cool, straight out of the box. There was no needing for me to buy anything extra to get to where I was going to be, just to start off. So I have my first live, which I was totally nervous about, and I had a lot of fun. And then I had my second live, and then I had my third live. I had an open house, and one of the girls at work had a basket party, and I started saying how affordable, how fun, how awesome this jewelry was, and how easy it was to sell. But it doesn't sell itself. You need to go out and you need to at least reach out to your friends and say, hey, this is what I sell and I love it, and I wouldn't be selling it if I didn't like what I was doing. Because a lot of people say, oh, it sells itself. It does, because you take the basket or you have a party and people were just, you know, left and right, let's go. Because they can't believe it's $5 for like a jewelry piece like this. It's $5, right? Beautiful bracelet and this ring, $555, right? And they're all like, yeah, more. And they love it. And I love being able to sell something to somebody that's affordable and that's beautiful, because I feel that if I go to a friend's house and I'm asking them to give me their business, to give me the opportunity to sell to their friends, you know, sometimes it's a little hard. You're like, oh, here's one piece of jewelry for $50. And it's like, wow, okay, here's your one piece of jewelry. Now I can go to a party and say, hey, here's my $5 fashion. That's just as beautiful. That's great, good quality. And these ladies could leave an open house or a party for $5 in hand. They get one piece item for $20. They get 4 pieces for $50. Oh my God, they've got all their pieces. They got 10 pieces. So it was so easy. There was no catalogs. There was no hustle. There was no hassle having to sell all this, because everything was there. Paparazzi's great. Their back office is awesome. So I was so delighted in how easy it was to start up. So I think I may have gone all over the place on this how and why, but basically how, it was super easy. I had reached out to a friend who sold, and she gave me the info. And why? Because I needed cash, extra cash, and this has honestly given me the opportunity to get that extra money that I needed to be able to afford the movies or extra popcorn, or just even something for me. I actually went out somewhere and I'm in the guilty mom thing. It's like, oh, here's $20 I have to spend. I want to buy something for myself, but I'd rather spend it on my daughters. And I was able to say, hey, I'm gonna buy this with my paparazzi money. So, and it feels good to be able to sell ladies some beautiful quality jewelry and not have to break the bank for them to receive some fine pieces of jewelry. So I think the team that I belong to is great as well. They got some great training opportunities, and you don't even have to leave home because they're just so on it. So yeah, really easy. The how, I followed the link that my friend sent me. You go to my website, you become a paparazzi consultant there. You can contact me. I can tell you all about it. But it is what you put into it. So I'm not gonna say it's super easy. The jewelry will sell itself, but you have to show it. You have to tell people about it. And I'm hoping that in a few months I'll be able to do a good show. I want to go do a vendor show. I've never done one, but I'm really excited about that. I've had an open house, and I'm planning for another one where it was great. I had just people coming in and looking at my jewelry, and they had a great time. So I'm not one to be packing up 1,000 things and going to houses 3 or 4 times a week. Some people are, but that's the great thing about Paparazzi is what you want to do with your business, you are your own boss. So if I choose not to sell on a Wednesday, I'm going to tell myself, guess what, boss, I'm taking the night off. But it's been so easy that, you know, it's 9 o'clock at night, and that's the time I do my lives. And it's girls are asleep, honey's sleeping. This is my time. I get to do what I need to do. And I've got that extra money in my pocket, and I'm getting great jewelry, and I'm providing great jewelry to my friends and some customers. And I'll tell you, you wear this out and people say, oh, that's really pretty. Where'd you get that? And I go, oh, you know what? I actually sell it. And bam, there's my card, or I actually have the basket with me, or and I've had people approach me, and you know, we'll talk right there and then. I've got my bag with me, and you know, it's easy sell. So I hope that kind of tells you what my story was. Really excited. I go all over the place with it. I've talked to my friends about it, about how excited I am about selling Paparazzi, and it's been fun. And it's a great group of ladies that are out there, and I get to meet some great people. And I was really nervous about being on camera, and I've gotten over that, I think, a little bit. So hopefully this kind of helps out with any questions that you might be having on Paparazzi. And thanks for listening. Bye-bye.